And welcome back to 9xe.com, the show. So like we told you in our opening story, we've got more on Anushka and Arjun's camaraderie. But for that, let's start at the top. Anushka celebrated her birthday on May 1st, and like you read on 9xe.com, she had boyfriend Virat Kohli right by her side. When it seemed that the man might not be able to make it, he squeezed time out. Virat is playing the ongoing IPL, but he found time to bring in his girl's birthday. Virat flew to Mumbai the night before just to bring in her birthday together. But sadly, he had to pack his bags early the next day and leave on her birthday evening. He had a match on May 2nd opposite Kolkata Knight Riders in Bengaluru. Virat and Anushka kept the celebrations out of the public eye. Our guess is that they wanted some alone time, but it might also have been hush-hush because they did not want Virat to get flack for leaving his team and coming to Mumbai on a personal matter. But they should have not bothered because Royal Challengers won the match. But just because Virat had to leave on her birthday does not mean that Anushka spent the rest of the day crying into leftover cake.
Happy birthday, have a happy birthday.
She attended the first screening of Bombay Velvet with the cast including Ranbir Kapoor. The party continued at Bombay Velvet producer Vikas Bahl's place, and that's where Arjun Kapoor was spotted. Not so long ago, 9xe.com, the show, had told you that Ranbir and Arjun are close, with Arjun seeking Ranbir's advice during his lean phase. Vikas's party could also have been a great time for Anushka and Arjun to bond and get comfortable with each other once again. They'll need that since both have been cast in R. Balki's rom-com. So it's safe to say that despite her man not being by her side through the entire day, Anushka still had a great time. But is it time yet for us to watch Mallika Sherawat and Aamir Khan as husband and wife on screen? Are we really prepared for this? Last episode, 9xe.com, the show, told you that Aamir was being very particular about his choice of underwear. This was for his role as wrestler Mahavir Phogat in Dangal. Now we've got even more news on that film. Buzz is Mallika landed up to the audition for the role of Mahavir Phogat's wife in Dangal. Sources told 9xe.com that she came in a de-glam avatar and you could hardly believe it was her. Dressed in a salwar kameez and no makeup, she auditioned for casting director Mukesh Chabra. What can we make of this? And while Aamir is looking to take language lessons to speak Haryanavi, Mallika, who is from Haryana, had no issues delivering dialogues during her audition. Looks like after the strategy of making waves in Bollywood failed, Mallika is trying a new tactic. She's trying to enter the big league by doing supporting roles with superstars. Now it remains to be seen if the makers and Aamir were impressed by her audition or not. We're moving on from that story. Bobby Deol's comeback. Bobby is set to star in the biopic on Changiz Khan. The film will be produced under the Deol family banner Vijeta Films. Now, a hero needs a heroine, and that's where the trouble starts. Lisa Hayden is the latest actor to turn down the film. A source says they were keen to cast Lisa, especially after her impressive act in Queen, but she did not show much interest. Director Vivek Chauhan thought that Lisa was the perfect choice since the role needed an Indian girl who spoke with an accent. Buzz is that Nargis Fakhri was approached as well, but she also refused to do the film. But Nargis has denied these rumors. Last heard, the makers have decided that they will launch a fresh face. Bollywood is facing a new villain, the sudden acceptance and raging success of Hollywood movies. We're just about 5 months into the year and there's already bad news for Bollywood. With the industry bleeding more than 300 crores, very few films have set the cash registers ringing. To add to it, Hollywood blockbusters are now eating into the profits of their Bollywood counterparts. Furious 7 created history, netting rupees 50 crore over the release weekend and gathering rupees 110 crore in 3 weeks of its release in India. Furious 7's result particularly surprised Bollywood and trade pundits because it ate into the collections of Detective Byomkesh Bakshi.
हॉलीवुड के अभी जो खासकर लास्ट 2 पिक्चर रिलीज हुई है, फास्ट एंड फ्यूरियस और एवेंजर, जिसके अंदर में बहुत अच्छा रेवेन्यू जनरेट हुआ है। तो रेवेन्यू अच्छे जनरेट वैसे भी हॉलीवुड स्टूडियो धीरे धीरे उनका परसेंटेज बढ़ ही रहा था, पर ये 2 पिक्चर का परसेंटेज बढ़ने का कारण और भी है कि जैसे फास्ट एंड फ्यूरियस इवन यूएफओ यानी एचडी फॉर्मेट जो है उसके अंदर में वो भी थिएटर्स में रिलीज हुई है।
हकीकत में हॉलीवुड मूवीज बॉलीवुड की मूवीज को कंपटीशन दे रही है क्योंकि हमारी बॉलीवुड मूवीज सस्टेन नहीं कर रही है।
The Indian audience has warmed up to Hollywood's idea of the summer blockbuster. With globally accepted concepts like superheroes, love stories, fantasy and sci-fi on the Hollywood menu, Bollywood's fare seems stale.
आज जैसे क्वीन जैसी हमारे यहाँ की बॉलीवुड की क्वीन पिक्चर अगर है और वो क्वीन जैसी पिक्चर अगर हॉलीवुड की कोई यहाँ पर आती है तो वो हॉलीवुड की पिक्चर ना यहाँ पे उसको इतना बड़ा रिस्पांस मिलेगा, ना वो डब होकर के इधर उधर इंटीरियर्स के अंदर में जाएगी या वहाँ पर चलेगी।
It's an alarm because now Bollywood has to also consider the strong opposition of Hollywood, and it underlines the basic fact that like Bollywood, Hollywood is also selling stories.
The action dhamaka and special effects that recent Hollywood movies offered are yet to be countered by Bollywood. Avengers Age of Ultron made 35.74 crore in its first weekend.
Avengers 2 was the most anticipated film of 2015. I mean, as far as last year in December and November, Diwali time, youngsters were discussing Avengers. They were not discussing Piku, but they were discussing Avengers.
The battle lines are drawn. Bollywood has to buck up. Some forthcoming standoffs at the box office might be interesting. Here's a list of the competing stars and movies. Ranbir and Anushka will pit their acting skills against Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron come May in Bombay Velvet and Mad Max 4. Hot on that competition's heels is the standoff between Lee Whannell and Lin Shaye, who will vie for the box office collections against Ranveer Singh and Priyanka Chopra, with Insidious Chapter 3 against Dil Dhadakne Do. The competition doesn't end here. We have the who's who of Bollywood battling it out with their Hollywood counterpart. Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard will try to charm the audiences away from Vidya Balan and Emran Hashmi come June 12th in Jurassic World and Hamari Adhuri Kahani. Epic battles are still to be fought at the box office. Tom Cruise and Ajay Devgan battle it out in July with Mission Impossible 5 and the Drishyam remake. Michael Douglas will face off with Salman Khan on July 17th in the Ant-Man vs Bajrangi Bhaijaan War. Maybe the one hardest hit in this competition is Suraj Pancholi. He makes his debut against the Terminator himself, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Suraj stars in the Hero remake and Arnold returns to the Terminator franchise with Terminator Genesis. Isn't it time that Bollywood starts looking at fresher original scripts rather than rehashing southern and regional movies? Isn't it time that Bollywood produces a good list of writers who can pen really good stories? Most importantly, shouldn't our Bollywood heroes charge less money and not increase the cost of their films? The Pharaon Competition is getting wiser, smarter and faster by tying up with local media companies, allowing them to make India-centric campaigns. This is of course creating a buzz for foreign movies. With same-day releases, Bollywood is facing the heat at the box office almost every Friday.
हॉलीवुड वालों ने भी देखा कि भाई हमारे लिए भी वही सीजन जो है, वो जो सीजन में आज बॉलीवुड वाले कर रहे हैं, हमारे लिए भी वही सीजन सबसे बेस्ट है क्योंकि वो छुट्टी का टाइम है, वो फेस्टिवल सीजन है, इसके अंदर में लोग फिल्में देखने के लिए ज्यादा आएंगे।
Now the alarm bells are ringing because now it has reached even B and C class centers. What we refer to as B and C class centers in filmy parlors, and in normal language, I would say it has reached smaller places.
Smell the coffee, Bollywood, before it is too late. And if you think it's high time that Bollywood starts looking for fresher original scripts, start tweeting at 9XE The Show with hashtag LearnFromHollywood. Talk to us at facebook.com/9XE.